What's up, everybody? Harley Blakeman here from backgroundmenot.com. Every week I'm sharing videos on the YouTube channel here for how you can overcome your criminal record. Misdemeanor, felony, doesn't matter. Every week we're talking about valuable information and insights from myself and other felons who have overcome their criminal record. Today's video is about going back to or going for the first time to college. So when I was, let's say, 21, I went to college for the first time. My story is that I dropped out of high school when I was 16 years old, shortly before committing crimes and going to prison. While I was in prison, I earned a GED, and my mind was clear for the first time. So after I got out, I worked washing dishes and cooking at restaurants for about 2 years, and then I went to a community college. I went on to Ohio State University, earned a bachelor's degree, and for me, it was an excellent decision. I'm now making really good money. I have a great job. It turns out I was still able to get a great job with a felony on my record, and my college education helped me get there. So there's a couple misconceptions around going to college with a felony on your record, and I'm going to try to clear those up in this video. So I'll list off a few real quick. Number one is I hear all the time that getting a college education, paying a lot of money for it, or paying the money you have to pay to get a college education is not worth it, that you won't be able to find a really good job. And it's true, there are a lot of people with college educations who aren't making great money, but they're not like you and me. Most people in prison have grit, they have drive, they're ambitious, they're hustlers. So if you actually go to college and you put your mind to it, you're gonna do great. It's really not that hard if you put your mind to it. And then when you get out, you just gotta sell it, man. You gotta sell it like you'd sell anything else. Get in that interview and sell yourself. So, number one is, if you can get through it, it will pay off. Especially if you're gonna study business administration, if you're gonna study engineering or computer programming. These are very lucrative careers, and the job market is open right now. There's a booming job market for engineers, computer programmers, and business administration people. So those are three career paths I would suggest to you. The second thing I want to talk about is a lot of people say you can't get funding if you have a criminal record. And that is to say you can't get federal student loans. Most people who go to college have to take out federal student loans. I had to. When I graduated, I had $52,000 in student loan debt, but I make 3-4 times as much as I did before. No, I make like 4 or 5 times as much as I did before college. So if I even take half of the extra income, I can easily pay my student loan debts, and I still make twice as much money. So it can be worth it big time. The one instance I know of where you can't get funding, you can't get federal student loans, is if this one circumstance. Say you were going to college, say 5 years ago, you were in college and you were using federal loans to pay for that. And while going to college on federal loans, you were convicted of a drug charge. That's the one time that they won't give you federal loans again. So if you've never had federal loans, you're fine. You'll be able to get them. From my understanding, you can have a murder, a sexual assault charge, whatever it is, you could still get federal loans for college unless you were convicted of a drug charge while already on federal student loans. So hopefully that cleared that up. You should apply. The website to apply for federal student loans is FAFSA.com. It's FAFSA.com. I suggest if you're interested in college, maybe you're tired of your crappy job and you're worried because you're felony you can't get into college or you can't get funding, I'm calling BS and BS. You can get in because community colleges will accept you even if you have terrible grades, and you can get funding unless that one circumstance applies to you, which 99% of people with criminal records, that is not the case. And then, the last thing I would say I want to clear up is that even if you get a job, even if you get through college, you're not going to be able to get a job. I'm calling BS on that too. I was able to get a job, and it really wasn't that hard. It was stressful because I got rejected a lot, but just with persistence, felons, for the most part, most people with criminal records sold stuff at some point, and they're salesmen. So you got to be able to sell yourself. You got to show a little bit of confidence and some persistence, because you might interview for 5 jobs in a row and they might all tell you no. But I know for a fact I got multiple job offers for corporate management positions, and I have both a grand theft felony on my record and a drug trafficking felony. So I understand I am a white male, but I'm telling you, I know white men, women, black men, women. I know lots of people who have felonies on their record who have really great jobs because they just didn't give up. And people start to see that in you, that you're not going to give up, and that's a powerful thing to see in somebody. So hopefully this video cleared up some things for you. I would suggest college education can never be taken from you. Maybe you do violate prison and they send you back to prison, but guess what? They can take your money, they can take your drugs, they can take your freedom from you, but they can't take your college education. And every time you ever have to look for a job, you can put that college education right at the top of your resume, and it's going to hugely improve your income and the probability of getting a job. If you want to know more about my journey and learn how I did it, of course, I have my book, which is Grit, How to Get a Job and Build a Career with a Criminal Record. I wrote all about my story of how I went from a prison GED to a corporate management job. There's a link below. I'll have a link where you can go to Amazon and purchase my book. And then, of course, go to backgroundmenot.com if you want to learn more about the podcast, the YouTube channel, the blog, the book, all those things. Every week we're delivering great content for people with criminal records. So please subscribe so that you're notified every time we post a new video that will help you overcome a criminal record. Thanks.